Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. I just moved to Florida. I'm originally from Florida. I moved away for a year and I'm back. And let me tell you what it's like moving to Florida in 2021 and everything that you need to know about making this maneuver. The first thing you need to know is that the rental market right now, a lot of the rentals have become seasonal rentals. And those seasonal rentals can go up to $7,000 along the coast for a month. So if you're looking for a short-term rental, it's very competitive. There's no real incentive for a homeowner to rent to you right now because of the eviction moratoriums that they're afraid of. And if they do rent, it's going to be a seasonal rental, which is just a short-term rental. And those things are going between $3,500 to $7,000 along the coast, maybe cheaper inland. The other thing you need to know is if you're buying new construction, a lot of people are reporting that the quality of these homes that are being built is horrible. They're having settling and foundation issues, cracking in the walls and ceiling. And a lot of times the homeowner's insurance is dropping you when you make complaints that there's structural integrity problems to the property you're trying to insure. And if you have a mortgage, that's a problem for the bank. So new construction warning. If you're buying an older home, I would definitely recommend you climb up in the attic and you look for silverfish. They're very common in this part of Florida. It's like a little pest. The best place to find them is if you go into the attic, and if you can find boxes in the attic, they'll be inside of those boxes, or anything wood, anything in the attic that's not supposed to be in the attic. Like if you're storing stuff in the attic, you go look through that stuff. You'll find if there's cockroach, silverfish, any type of pest that's inside the home will find its way there. And that's a great place to start looking for those pests, because Florida does have a lot of termites and a lot of silverfish. The other thing you're going to have to look out for is rental scams. A lot of these Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, they'll put up a property like they're renting it. Turns out it's really a scam. They're not really renting it. They're just trying to take a deposit. Another thing that's going around right now is and I actually fell for this one, is a application fee scam where you go into an apartment complex and they know you're not going to qualify. They know they don't really even have units they can show you. Okay, that should have been a red flag right there. Or we'll have a unit coming soon, so whatever. It's like $400 or $500 to apply, and immediately after you apply, they call you 5 minutes later and said you're denied. You could have told me that. That's about $500 an application, and that's been ongoing in Southwest Florida for many years. So if you're looking for housing, it is definitely more competitive than anything you've ever seen in other places. Unless you're coming from like California or something, I don't know. But as far as like in the South or the central part of the country, it's a lot more competitive to get rental properties and to buy properties or rent, lease, whatever you're going for. If you're planning on leasing a property, it's actually another headache too, because they want 3 times your income. So if you want to rent an apartment that's $2,000 a month, you need to make $6,000 a month. I find that most people won't be able to do that, and they're also going to want a 2-year history. So again, make sure you understand the qualifications for leasing as well. Usually they're going to want 3 times your income. If you find a place that's half your income, be very wary of what type of environment there is, because I've seen the ones that were half your income. They were horrible. So right now it's a horrible time to rent, lease, buy. I don't believe it's really a lack of inventory. I mean, like behind me are these giant condos by the beach, and half of those things are empty right now. People are buying these properties with a view not only to rental income, but they're buying them with appreciation in mind, which means they're not buying the property to rent it. They're buying it because they think they'll buy for $1 million instead of for $1.2 million or $1.3 million, and they'll make $300,000. So you being there as a rental is actually just in the way of their money flow. So there's no incentive for these people that are buying these properties to rent the property to you. That's what's going on the housing side. Now, on the legality side, Lee County, Florida, if you're moving to Lee County, which is Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Lehigh, all that, Bonita Springs, it's all Lee County. In Lee County, there's a 2-month wait to get your driver's license. So if you land in Lee County, you're not just going to hit the ground, get your driver's license, buy your business license, and start working. There's a 2-month wait. So it's almost like Florida makes it hard for you to move in. I mean, like if you're moving, when I move into other state, like I moved to Alabama, it was a very easy transaction. Moving to Alabama was very smooth, very easy. There's a lot of hiccups with moving into Florida. A lot of states like Alabama was very easy also to get a driver's license. Here in Florida, they're going to be more elaborate about what they want, and they'll even do an eye exam and put restrictions on you. So there's a lot more that goes into moving into Florida than moving to Tennessee or Georgia or Alabama or another state that's less requirements. They definitely don't make it easy. And again, Lee County, there's a 2-month wait. Collier County, you can walk in, but they're only taking Collier County residents. So I might even try going into Collier because the county that I'm in right now, thinking about moving into, does have a 2-month wait. So make sure that the specific county you're moving into, that you call the DMV and you know exactly how long it's going to take for you to get your driver's license, because now it's by appointment. Which schools are open, a lot of stuff's open, but then that's a 2-month delay. Also, if you buy a vehicle cash on the street, you won't be able to get your tags in certain counties until you get an appointment. So you can buy a car now and you won't be able to get it titled for months. So just keep all that in check, because you can definitely not hit the ground as fast as you like to. There's not a lot of people in Florida right now in the summer. This year, compared to other years, it's a complete ghost town. There's like nobody out here. Houses are selling a lot. And again, I've seen houses where you call them and you say, hey, I'm interested in this property. And they'll tell you, oh, the realtor will beef things up. You know, like this real estate crunch, a lot of it's beefed up. You call the realtor, if you're not offering $20,000 above asking price, we're not even going to listen to your offer. We're not even going to show the property. You know, you just got to offer more than, whatever. A month later, the property's still on the internet, and then they drop the price. So don't believe everything these crooked realtors are going to tell you. I mean, living in Southwest Florida, 20 years, I learned that the most crooked people here are realtors, home builders, developers. These are the most crooked people that are down here. It's not the dope dealers, it's not the thieves, it's not the scammers, it's not the credit card fraud people. They're the most crooked people down here. It's the realtors and the developers and builders. These are the most crooked people down here. I mean, so those are the people you really got to watch out for. Don't end up with one of these realtors that just moved from New Jersey or New York a year ago and they just got their real estate license. They don't know nothing about this place. They don't know about the climate. They don't know about flood zones. They don't know about what happened during the last hurricane that affects areas that flood. They don't know nothing about anything. They don't know about the bugs, the pests. They don't know nothing about nothing. So if you end up with one of these, I just moved from New Jersey and now I'm a realtor type of people, you don't want to touch these guys. A lot of them are on YouTube and Facebook pushing themselves really hard. You don't want to end up with this guy that just moved here from New Jersey. Those people don't know about nothing. Not that a realtor is even allowed to tell you a lot of those things, but you're dealing with a complete clown moron who has no idea what they're looking at. If you need somebody on the ground that really knows their stuff, that's really what you want to go for. You don't want to go with these clown people that just got here from New Jersey and they drive a little sporty car and they think they're cool. They don't know anything about this place. They're as clueless as you are, okay? You need somebody on the ground that's going to know what to tell you. I do consulting, so if you're totally clueless, at least, that $200 fee that I charge for consulting is going to save you thousands in the long run, because there's a lot of places. There's certain things in Cape Coral you got to look out for something that doesn't exist in Naples. There's some things you got to look out for in Naples you don't have to worry about in Cape Coral. Like that. Coming from permit processes to inspections to inspectors to areas where there's certain types of corruptions going on, you got to be careful. All of that stuff, you need somebody on the ground that can look out for you, because people are really falling for scams. They're really falling for stuff. And that's some of the basic stuff you need to know if you're moving to Florida. It's like an entire economy based off of people that move here getting ripped off. And, you don't want to start your Florida adventure with something like that. So make sure you have somebody that will help you get through that process. And or at least if you're not familiar with the real estate, rent for a while. Get familiar with this crap before you buy. 6 months ain't going to make a difference. It's already hard enough already. I can't possibly get any harder, I think. So don't lose your mind and think you have to buy. Rent for a while. See your options. And don't head dive into something. Don't believe that just because it's new construction that it's a win. it's better probably, but there's dangers involved with that too. Dangers that the realtor's not going to tell you, and when you call your insurance company and say this is cracking in half, they're going to be like, yeah, we're going to drop you. So you can see yourself in a world of trouble by buying in a wrong area, buying just not knowing what you're doing. I mean, all the troubles that I faced in Alabama is because I wasn't familiar with that place. Didn't know the dangers, didn't know any of that. But now that I'm here in my home territory, I know for sure. And just a little thing out there, I'm probably not even going to buy real estate right now because I don't like what's out there. Everything that's out there is already rigged, and when the realtors notice that you're from here and you start asking the right questions, they're just like, they don't want to deal with you. They want to find somebody who is completely blind to all the dangers that are out there. So educate yourself. Don't be in a rush. And Florida's a little bit harder to get into than other places. The job economy here is based off of tourism, which has gone to crap at this point. I don't think there's going to be as many snowbirds this year as other years. The migration of Florida was going up right up to about 2016, and it's been on the decline, and eventually in 2007, 2008, it just basically fell off. And that could happen again here in the future. We don't know that. So Florida's population is not as stable. So if you're coming from a place like Massachusetts, where it's a much more stable place, or Texas, places that are a little bit more stable, you need to know that this is not a stable place. During 2007, 2008, 2009, the whole evictions and foreclosures and all that was going on. Las Vegas and South Florida are the two most dangerous places you can be in a crash. This is a place where people move here, and a lot of them leave out of nowhere. Now, in 2016, downward, there's been a decline. What leads to those things? Most of the people that go on YouTube and they'll show you, and they don't understand what happened. Basically, Hurricane Irma was a point where a lot of people said, yeah, I'm out of here. So, you go through your first hurricane, and then you're like, yeah, this is not for me. And there's other things. From ups and downs of the economy are really felt here because there's no economy here. There's no, even in Alabama, small towns in the middle of nowhere, they'll have a freaking Mercedes-Benz part assembling plant or something, you know what I mean? Or Honda assembling plant or all that. There's nothing like that here. I think in the Naples area, there's Artrex and then one company that makes wiring, and then there's one thing that does airplane. There's not that much down there. I think 3 or 4 companies that actually manufacture stuff. There's not really a lot outside of the realm of real estate and tourism, which when there's a crash, it magnifies those things. So if you're coming from a more stable economy, when things go to crap here, they really go to crap. And you're going to see things that are going to terrify you at that moment, and you're just going to get out. And that's really why population of Florida can really have those dives, ups and downs, that in a place like Texas or Massachusetts, where the crap is from, it might be a more steady up and down, a little like the waves of the sea. Here, it's like mountain peaks and ups and downs, and you need to understand that about Florida. So that's a little bit of information about Florida. If you're moving here and you're not sure what the crap you're going to do, my $200 consulting fee can save you thousands, if not tens of thousands, with a bad mistake or a bad purchase or really a bad experience as well. So get at me with that and I'll help you. And that's about it. Just make sure you're smart, you're not in a rush, and there's a lot of things you need to look out for. Those were some of the things you need to look out for. I think a lot of people that move here have a great experience, and sometimes they're victimized and they don't even know they're victimized. They just think they had randomly bad luck, that their house just happened to be the one that cracked, but that's not really the case. And a lot of times it's just like me in Alabama. I had no idea what I was doing. That's you in Florida. You got no idea what you're doing, so I want to be able to help you, and that's Florida in a nutshell. Hey, make sure you guys get down in the comments, and if you know anything you want to warn people about when they're moving down here, I guess, job markets, like I said, are competitive. Housing is incredibly difficult to get into, and that's kind of like the basis of it. If you need something more detailed, get at me. I'll help you with consulting. We're out.